Everyone, this is First and 2073 with the next episode of Hearts of Iron 4 Japanese Faction Campaign. And we are closing in on Australia here. It looks like down here in Sydney, they are losing the battle. They're about to lose the battle here. United States is leading the defense. There are one United States division. And is that a New Zealand division? Hold on. Australia? No, that's an Australian division. So that's an Australian division down there, which is almost wiped out pretty much. 21% strength here. Two U.S. infantry divisions are holding the ground, really, but we've got air support, air superiority, and decryption advantage, along with 6 divisions currently in the field. A lot of cavalry, some mountain, and some infantry, and then we got 4 reserves. One of our elite divisions right there, but they're not going to probably be on the battlefield. Instead, these guys will get wiped out before then, hopefully. In this contest in the north up here, 2 divisions, both Australian infantry, 5th and 9th versus Japanese 2nd Mountaineer Division, 10th Infantry Division, and 7th Cavalry Division. And again, same factors, air superiority, decryption advantage, and we are attacking them from multiple directions. So both of these fights are looking good. 4 divisions over here holding the ground against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Australian divisions. They're really trying to protect, looks like this port over here. Which could be a poor strategy by the AI, because if I break Sydney, and I don't know how much is between me and the capital here. And if I take the capital, that might be it. Hopefully we can get them all to capitulate. We have war goals set, but I'm going to probably wait on that one for a little bit. Who are my war goals against? That expires in April. Oh, I should probably go ahead and declare war. I was looking at the situation. It looks ugly with the Chinese all lined up along the coast here. I don't think they have to worry about the coast too much. We have kind of command of seas in the Indian Ocean. Things have developed really well here. We already have a landing in South Africa. We're going to go ahead and take this port. And as soon as this group arrives, there should be a group here. Unless they got intercepted. Oh, this is ugly. This might be ugly. Those must be our troops being intercepted by a Dutch destroyer. But we have a whole carrier task force covering them. So 49 fighters, only 30 naval bombers. Hopefully, we'll be okay with that situation. And if they can get through, we set up beachhead here and we drive towards Pretoria and take the South African capital. We take out South Africa, we take out Australia. Another 2 minor allied powers wiped out. And just sort of tightening the noose a little bit further. And I think they've made some gains here, the allies. France has taken back Syria pretty much, but Germany has moved into Jordan. So we're working on Iraq, working on a coup here. Trying to find out. I'm going to go ahead and just click this off, actually. It'll slow it down a notch. Staging a coup right now. October of 1944 is when the coup should be done. The coup will automatically be canceled if the target ends up in a civil war, changes target. Okay. So we're hoping to pull Iraq, we're trying to establish a fascist coup there, pull them into our faction ideally. And we did just capture Aden here. And I've got my units on the move through the mountains. To where I thought there was an airfield there, but you know, I've got Marines and infantry moving through the mountains. And my motorized unit right here is going to break through and capture the desert territory. Hopefully they can get all this done. I don't know. There's a lot of attrition. Looks like 16 days. Motorized infantry should be done in 4 days. They're going to move quickly. 16 days to the mountains, 4 days. So hopefully about a little over 2 weeks, we'll have captured this territory, and then we can start working on a war goal against Oman. The invasion of Alaska failed. Apparently there were troops there. I didn't think they had any troops there, but it seems like they have a decent number of troops defending Alaska and this west coast. Northwest coast. A decent token of mountain troops. I think it looked like at least 2 divisions up there. I could probably send a lot of reinforcements and overwhelm them. That means I'll have to divert from other theaters. And I'd like to finish off the Australian theater first. Basically ending the Pacific Island theater in general. It's just going to be garrisons at that point, which will free up about, looks like 34 divisions, I think. So 34 divisions, we're going to have to divide them between Manchuria, the Indian Ocean, and the Alaskan theater. Hawaiian Islands have 4 divisions, and New Zealand Islands have 3 divisions. Those are more like garrison divisions. But those theaters, those are basically our theaters of war. In the Pacific Islands, what is this little indicator here? Theater is having problems in 1 offensive combat out of 3. Pacific garrison combat. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll have to check that out, I guess. Oh, that's an attempted invasion of that Lesser Sunda Island, which actually had Australian troops defending. So some of these islands actually have troops defending, and they're tough to take. But in the north, while the invasion did fail, we are gaining some major victories against the U.S. Navy in the north. We've sunk a number of ships. I think we already got 1 carrier. We've wiped out all the screening vessel destroyers in the area. We took a couple battle cruisers and battleships, and I think we got a heavy cruiser. Now we got another battleship, the USS New York, and the USS Philippines battle cruiser. Both sunk. We only lost 2 naval bombers. They lost 1 naval bomber. And they are down to, it looks like, a handful of light cruisers. 1 carrier, the Ticonderoga, and a battleship, the Mississippi. Alright, so we can still grab a couple here. Battleships looks, they're still well supplied. Alright, so we're going to continue to fight and gain naval dominance. We're just going to have to reinforce more troops before we can actually launch another invasion, probably. So, Alaskan theater, not progressing, but some nice victories. And this looks like this operation is going to fail. 2 Australian infantry divisions defending this island, the 24th and 20th. So we're going to need to get, well, what we should do is land here with like the 4 divisions, and then we can overrun them by land instead of having to deal with the amphibious assault, which I think brings in a pretty sizable negative. Currently losing. Total attack ability is minus 20%. Probably due to the amphibious invasion. This is a jungle too. Attrition, air support, etc., etc. We have a description advantage. And shock. We're using the shock offensive. They're just defending. Alright, so we're going to have to try that again. Before we do that, though, I'd like to march these guys and just grab that annoying little territory there. And that seems to be that. I'm going to play this out because, again, I lost track of the time. Oh, I definitely have to use this. I have to use the war goal. I have to declare war here, otherwise I'm going to lose it. Nobody seems to be protecting or guaranteeing independence of this country. They're not ideologically aligned with anyone, so it looks like it's safe to go ahead and declare war. We're going to call all allies. Conquer war goal selected. And I'm hoping that the Chinese just overrun this territory too. And they have joined the Allies. That's good. I'd rather them join the Allies than the Comintern. And China will hopefully take care of that mess. They look like they're moving already. Which will be good for China. Again, they'll expand and grab this territory. Siam, 60 divisions. The Siamese Empire wants to send us 60 divisions. Good lord. Oh my god. That is going to change everything. Wow. I feel like I just need to stop right now and just rethink what to do with these 60 divisions. I should send 30 of them to like the Manchurian border, I think, right? There's 27 right there. I'm just going to move these 27 right up in here. Okay, let's go. 27 divisions. Up to the Manchurian front. That will bump them up to 84. Russians are no match. We're going to have to redeploy some of the other troops to defend Singapore. 60 divisions. Unbelievable. Let's do that now. Where are extra troops? Let's take at least these two. I'll take those three. And let's get them down to Singapore ASAP. Oh, and this garrison, you're going to stay here. There we go. Singapore needs to be protected. Kuala Lumpur, that also needs a garrison. Of course, we need this one garrisoned as well. Let's get 2 divisions down there. Kuala Lumpur. Send the division. Our Navy, again, our Navy is really protecting a lot of this territory. So, you know. Get a 2nd division in Kuala Lumpur. I think we're looking pretty good. Resistance to occupation in Western Australia. Mindanao. That's Northwest Territory. Philippines. Southern Philippines. Solomon Islands. And Sumatra. Alright, so I need to get at least 3 garrison divisions out there. Let's see, we have a few here. 1 garrison division. Mountain troops I wanted into the Middle East. So let's send these guys down into the Philippines. See if we can improve the garrison there. Strengthen the garrison there. Reduce some resistance, and let's send these 2 mountain divisions right into Aden. Send them right into the Middle East. And then maybe they can move through this a little quicker, because these divisions are taking a while. Marine and infantry divisions are taking a while in the mountains. In the meantime, another Northern Pacific victory. We've sunk the last U.S. carrier. 2nd level, Ticonderoga has been sunk. Brilliant. This is working out very well. Alright, we're waiting on these troops to capture the port in Durban. And when that happens, then it looks like we have another 5 Marine divisions are also landing here. And then we're going to make a drive to Pretoria and try to knock that out right away. I wonder if I can just keep one behind. I want to grab that airbase. Grab that airbase and maybe I can get some aircraft, air wings in there. We'll gain some air superiority in southern Africa. Another victory on our side. Sunk a British submarine. And we are still dealing with some pretty large resource deficits here. Oil is something we could probably take care of, actually. Because the oil... I think those are the only... They might just be 2 divisions in Cape Town. I think, though, if you take Pretoria, that the Cape Town position will transfer. The capital will transfer to Cape Town. I've seen that happen in the Italian episode that I'm playing. The Italian series that I'm playing. Alright, so progress in South Africa. South Africa, I think we're going to peel them off of the Allies. They must have sent most of their troops on expeditionary missions, probably to Europe. They only have 2 according to our... It's not even like a guess, they're just saying it's 2. 7 naval ships. 5 naval dockyards, that's more important. 24 military factories and 16 civilian factories. Those are some nice numbers there. I'll take those to supplement my construction force. 24 military factories. Where is that? 24 military factories. Oh, right there. We'll be over 100 military factories. Dockyards. Dockyards will take us over what? 50? 5 dockyards with production. Yeah, we'll be over 50. And then 16 civilian factories. 16 civilian factories. Oh, we're going to have more military factories than civilian factories. So, we should probably start building civilian factories now. Interesting. I'm still working on naval bases and naval dockyards, which are critical. We need to step up our naval production. I guess I should go ahead. I could build the forts too. It looks like we're almost ready for forts. Let's get a line of forts up here in... oh my god, the Russians are moving in so many troops. Alright, let's get a line of land forts here. Escalation. Simply escalation. That's what's going on here. But at least I have 27 troops on their way. Or 26 divisions on the way. Additional land forts protecting our borders and an additional 26 divisions on their way to the Manchurian front. The Manchurian front. Keep those Russians occupied. I'd like the Russians to fight the Allies more. They are at war with the Allies. And I wonder if they'd be willing to sign another non-aggression pact with me. Maybe I should try a diplomatic approach with the Russians. Let's see. We're going to secure ourselves militarily with more forts. Oh, look at this, too. The other thing is we are supporting a fascist party there. That's threatening them, probably. 45% fascist popularity. With elections... No, there are no elections. When it gets to 51, I'm going to stage a coup. In the meantime, they would accept the faction if they weren't part of their own faction. That's interesting. Non-aggression pact, it does not look like they are... Soviet Union has strategic reasons to be hostile to Japan. Base reluctancy is -20. I could try to improve relations. I don't know how good that would be. Soviet opinion of us is 14. We're at improved relations at 34, losing 3 per month. Let's try to placate them a little bit and get some relations improved. We got a pretty decent reserve of political power, so losing 2.8 per day. 10 days would be 2. 100 days would be 28. That's not bad. 1,000 days would be 280. I think we still have enough. I think that basically means we have enough political power at that rate to last us through the game, basically, because the game goes until 47. That also being said, oh wow, these numbers are losing. I was gonna say I thought about some calculations in between that somehow I came to the conclusion where I had enough infantry equipment, but maybe that's not the case with those numbers. These are some pretty high numbers, but we are in combat. We are engaged in a lot of combat. So when you're engaged in a lot of combat, you'll see a lot more negatives here. Carrier fighters, this is an issue. We lost a lot of carrier fighters. I need to probably transfer some more factories there. The other thing I wanted to, that I was going to mention, is I want to get more Lend-Lease supplies, because if I had enough infantry to last me till the end of the game, then I should have enough Lend-Lease to supply here. We are doing a Riskin title. In storage we have 1,000. Is this level 1 infantry equipment? Let's see if I can't get some other stuff to them. I don't know. I don't know what they need either. Tanks. Hago tanks. What about aircraft? What about... oh, convoys. I'm not looking good on aircraft. I'm looking much better on these other... I'm looking good here, I guess. 156,000. Arasaka Type 99. What is this? I don't know what these things are. Arasaka Type 38. We have 8,000 in storage. Basically gonna run this out. I don't need these anymore. I'll keep it at 700. I was gonna put it at 800. We'd be done in 10 months, but let's do 700. Will last a little bit longer. Spread it out a little bit too because they're getting raided. Okay, so we've got new military factories here. I think we might have got this through conquest. Let's go ahead and up these fighters. Can I fully fund these? I think they need to be fully funded. They're down to 119. 2 per day. That's pretty good. 2 per day will get you 60 days. 2 months will fully resupply. Ah, oh, dang. Well, as the efficiency improves, you know, that'll get better. We still have another 2 factories. These numbers look good for aircraft. Medium tanks. I'm not even using medium tanks. Let's knock one of those off. Wow, I feel like I just had deja vu. Okay, more infantry. There we go. That's almost fully resupplied. Outdated, yeah, you got that right. I think it's almost time for another one of these infantry lines. Let's drop one, actually. Infantry equipment 3, level 3. And this is so tedious. Let's get the clock moving. Italy has accepted our modified Lend-Lease. Our continued material support helps their efforts. 200 additional rifles per month? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta take care of this too. Free dockyards. We have 722 convoys. We're using 480. I feel like we're using a lot more than we used to use. So maybe more convoys. For some of those, we have 2 additional dockyards. So I am thinking probably going to want at least 1 more convoy dockyard. And then where else could we go? I have to move a factory into this infantry equipment. Where to take it from is the question. Probably, what did I say, the medium tank? Am I doing medium tanks? Yeah, we don't need that many. Let's just do... well, we might need a few. Alright, so that starts the second infantry equipment line. I'm gonna start transferring stuff here. This stuff should be done pretty soon. Alright, free dockyards. At least one for convoys. We need more convoys for sure. And battlecruiser will be constructed in September. What if I added that? I don't really know if I need the battlecruiser. July. That's a nice increase. Okay. I think destroyers, though, might be more important. We should bump up this destroyer line. Level 3 destroyers. Let's bump them up. Past the heavy cruiser. Light cruiser is going to get a bump from that, too. Battle cruiser will stick around. We'll get we're getting one new destroyer a month. That looks pretty good. Okay. Situation is improving. Alright, time for the drive on Pretoria. We took the airfield. I'm going to leave 2 Siamese divisions behind as my Marines drive for Pretoria. I don't think we're going to encounter any resistance, though. Let's see if there's anybody here. And if there isn't, then maybe we'll divert some troops south. In the meantime, research. Alright, so I did 2 naval research lines last time. I have the escort patrol doctrine and the class 4 Shimakaze class? Fastest destroyer in the world at the time of its completion. It was a prototype destroyer to test out new high-temperature, high-pressure turbines. It was extremely fast, heavily armed with torpedoes, but this meant smaller radius of operation. Rockets, rocket engines, knowledge of rocket propulsion is reaching a point where we can construct flying bombs and rocket-powered aircraft operating at previously unreachable speeds. Escort patrol, improving detection of our convoy escorts for far deadlier to submarines. With nowhere to hide, they pose no real threat. Nuclear reactor enables a nuclear reactor. This building provides the state with production of enriched uranium for use in nuclear weapons. It will be soon time, 84 days, to build a nuclear reactor and then start enriching uranium. That is something for the Japanese to be doing that. Will I end up using nuclear weapons against the Americans? I don't know. I might as well. I mean, they used it against the Japanese, so why not? Alright, these land doctrines are not giving us bonus, so we're not going to go down those lines. Naval doctrine, we already went down this line. I saw some aircraft. There we go, that's what I need. 38 days for 1944 model fighter plane. Let's go ahead and research that. And we're good. Off to the races here. How are we looking in the Middle East? Almost completely done. Time to start justifying a war goal against these guys. Conquer. Oman. 5 political points, 25 days. Do it. We're going to conquer that territory really quickly. And we're in the Atlantic now. We are in the Atlantic Ocean with this carrier task force sinking 2 Dutch destroyers. Japanese influence is expanding vastly. We are in the Atlantic. We're engaging Allied ships in the Atlantic. We've got a beachhead in South Africa. We've conquered Madagascar. We have several Indian Ocean islands, including Ceylon. We have a beachhead in the Middle East. Our faction ally has conquered India. We've got Indonesia, Australia, New Guinea, Philippines, most of Indochina. We've got a faction ally in the Siamese Empire. Tibet, it seems like they're making a comeback here. I don't know if they've gained any ground, but it looks like they're moving slowly towards them. We've got Manchuria, Japanese islands, most islands of the Pacific Ocean, and another big victory against the American Navy, sinking the USS Puerto Rico battlecruiser, and another heavy cruiser. So, and then another conflict going on here, going after another battlecruiser. Dutch. Where are these Dutch based at? Escort patrols. Escort patrols allows us for new technology. Alright, so maybe more doctrine here. 98 days. I've done a lot of naval support. I've brought my air support in. What's this? 158 days strategic bombing. Interception detection. I think we can wait on those. Convoy sailing. Let's go ahead and get these. We're going to really start concentrating on convoy protection here. Maintain lines with the... There's nobody in Pretoria. Maintain our supply lines with the Italians. We want to secure our trade routes. And I will send... Let's send one infantry division here. The rest of them are going to stay in this area. Infantry, you're going to stay here too. 11 days they're going to be out of there, so that's at April. Then I'll deal with that then. Alright, that whole coastline was cleared basically, and looks like they've moved all their troops, almost all their troops. Yeah, massive concentration of Chinese troops into Central Asia, into the Himalayan mountains. And I'm hoping that they're able to drive and reclaim all this territory. Driving, expanding influence in Central Asia, containing any communist aggression from Mongolia or Sinkiang, which are both communist countries within the Soviet Union Comintern faction. And this US invasion, yeah, that's not really happening. To Australia. We have Sydney. Sydney is taken. It's time to make a drive on the capital. Which basically means we're going to take all these units. And instead of doing that, the offensive line needs to be right there. So when you are ready, this looks risky, huh? Inferior enemy, friendly air support, division still preparing. Some divisions not in position. Let's wait for them to get in position. Should be 50% change. We're going to try to take this Australian capital. Knock these guys out. Manpower is starting to decline. That's okay though. We're looking pretty tough. Alright, there's no more resistance here. I think we've done a pretty good job. Alright, this is -5. Alright, so that resistance is turning around. Troops. Move them into position to deploy. And I think our units are still advancing to Manchuria. They got a long way to go. But tons of reinforcements on their way to Manchuria. Chinese are concentrating in the Himalayas. Our naval superiority. Whoa! What is that? Trying to sneak in there, huh? USS San Francisco heavy cruiser trying to sneak past Hawaii. Not quite. I've got some major naval superiority in that region. You're not going to touch me there. And I think the US are kind of wiped out as far as the Navy is concerned. But it looks like... Oh no, what is that? That's another ship. Factory, military factories available. Oh, big number. A big number of military factories available here. Alright, let's get these guys, this next line up. Looks good. Research finished. Rocket engines. We'll get to that in a second. I need more aircraft, I think. Fighters are at full capacity. These guys are upgrading. So let's drop a couple in there. I like naval bombers. Why is there none here? Is this because of resources? No factories assigned. That's got me a little worried. Alright, we'll figure that out. Research. Alright, so we just discovered rocket engines, which, oh man, we can build missiles now. I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. I don't know how long this one went on for. I lost track of time. I hope you guys are enjoying. I'm enjoying. I'm having a great time playing this. Feel free to post down below any comments, what you guys think, any questions about this or history or anything like that that you want to discuss or debate. Please like the video if you did and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Feel free. No, I said feel free to comment. Oh, and support me on Patreon if you have the means. It would be greatly appreciated. Thank you again. See you in the next episode.